This is what we're making today. Gohan fish curry. We're gonna start off by filleting our salmon. Traditionally, Gohan fish curry is made with pomfret, but in the anime they use salmon, so that's what we're using. We're gonna cut the salmon fillet into 5 even portions. We're gonna keep the skin on because we're gonna fry it later to give this salmon a crispy texture. Next, we're gonna combine 1 tablespoon of chili powder and 1 tablespoon of turmeric and then mix. We're gonna rub the salmon with the spice mix that we just made. Rubbing all sides including the skin. After we're done dry rubbing our fish, we're gonna let it marinate in the spices for about 1 hour. Next, we're gonna cut up all our veg. While I cut my veg, this is where I remind you to smash that like button and hit the notification bell for new videos. And if you really like what you see, hit the subscribe button. It's at the bottom right of your screen. Next, we're gonna soak 2 tablespoons of coriander seeds into a 1/4 cup of water. We're gonna let it soak for 20 minutes. In a pan, we're gonna toast 2 tablespoons of fennel seeds, a 1/2 teaspoon of black peppercorn, and a 1/4 cup of dried red chilies. We're gonna toast this for about 2 minutes to release its oils. We're gonna put this aside for now and come back for it later. Using the same pan we toasted our spices in, we're gonna add in 1 tablespoon of canola oil. Into the pan, we're gonna dump 1 whole onion that we sliced up earlier. We're gonna saute this on medium heat for 5 minutes to turn it soft and caramelize a little bit to develop some flavor. We're also gonna season this with a little bit of salt to help extract the moisture faster and give it a little bit more flavor. We're gonna set this aside, let it cool, and then start making our curry paste. In this tiny little blender, we're gonna add in a 1/4 cup of ginger, 7 cloves of garlic, our fennel, black peppercorn, and red chili spice mix that we toasted earlier, a 1/2 cup of freshly grated coconut meat, which is not really fresh, it was frozen, that I unfroze, the coriander seeds that have been soaking for at least 30 minutes, and then 1 whole onion that was sliced up and then sauteed. We're gonna stuff this all into my tiny little blender. If you don't have a tiny little blender, you can use a mortar and pestle. But realistically, that's 20 minutes of hard work that I don't want to do, so I'm gonna use my tiny little blender. This cost me 20 bucks. We're gonna lock our blender in and then blitz it for about 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, it should look like this. It's not going to be a super smooth paste because of the coconut meat. Next, in a medium heated pan, we're going to pan fry the skin side of the salmon. We're just going to crisp up the skin and then take it off the heat. This process should only take about 3 minutes. Once the skin is crispy, we're going to set the fish aside. Using the same pan we pan fried our salmon in, we're going to add in 2 cups of curry paste. We're going to saute this for about 2 minutes, and then we're going to add the remainder of our spice rub that we used for the salmon, which is 1 tablespoon of turmeric and 1 tablespoon of chili powder, and also we're going to add in 1 tablespoon of garam masala. We're going to saute this for another 2 minutes, and then we're going to add in our tamarind paste. This will give their curry that tangy feel. It's not Goan fish curry without the tamarind. We're gonna give it a good mix, sauteing it for another 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, we're gonna add in 1 liter of water. We're gonna give this a mix and then bring it to a boil. We're gonna reduce this down until the sauce is almost at the right viscosity. Next, we're gonna lower our heat into a gentle simmer, putting the salmon into the sauce, flesh side down. We're gonna put a lid on this and then let it poach for about 7 minutes. And voila! After 7 minutes, your fish should be done. A good trick to remember when poaching is to never let it boil. Always a very gentle simmer. This will keep your fish moist and never dry. Now let's get ready to plate. This is reality, and this is anime. Alright, it's time to eat. I've been craving for this. If you see this fish, it's not dry at all. It flakes right off. We're gonna get a bunch of this sauce right onto the rice. You know what? I don't get it. Let's just take the whole salmon. Let's put it right onto the plate. And why am I using a spoon? You should be eating this with your bare hands. And that's what you call a flavor bomb. There is so much flavor in that, and honestly, the spice level is very mild. Honestly, the salmon was cooked perfectly and it had a very moist flesh, and the skin was still pretty crispy. This sauce though, my god, this is one of the most flavorful curries I've ever had. Anyways, if you guys like what you see, hit the like button. And if you guys have any suggestions on what I should cook next, please post in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe.